Yo, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me? So I'm not really sure if you can hear me or not, or do I need to use the earphones? 3:41. Okay. Readjusting the watch for the time. So welcome to the new background. If I need to put more red shit in here, then that's good. Can you hear me? So the only person that's on there, say hi. I'm here, John. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me speaking? Because I'm not using the earphones. Well, I'm waiting for your answer. Okay. If that's the case, then why am I using the earphones all this time? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so let's begin the lesson. Okay, one person dropped off. Okay, I'll never use the goddamn earphones again. It's just a waste of time. I've written everything down on the board for you guys. So there's a lot of things. So take some notes. I think it's a very important topic. I want to get right to the point. Why raising your SMV is important. Okay, so number one, all the rejections. So if I can make a point over here for this presentation that if you dress better, if you work out, you get less rejections and you get more time in Daygame, I have succeeded. So let me explain it. Why is this true? Okay, so why is this true? First of all, yeah, don't mind the hair. It just sort of like has a mind of its own these days. Very first thing is that if you're dressed like shit, for example, now here a little bit. If you're dressed like shit, what will happen is that you're walking in there with a hoodie, like you're an artsy victim. You'd be like, hey, you're cute. I want to come by and say hi. I know it's random. Hi, you're cute. Hi, you're cute. So what happens is a lot of your conversations will get more and more compressed. That means you may not have a lot of time to actually approach, because if you're not dressed well or you're not working out, you're not, optimizing your SMV. That means a conversation that could last a few minutes only last 30 seconds or 20 seconds. And the woman is like, I got a boyfriend. I got to get going. So basically, by dressing better and raising your SMV, you will actually go through an upward spiral. You will start to have longer conversations and your game will start to get better. So that's the very first point I want to make. But let's do the math, for example. 30 seconds, okay? 30 seconds for the way you dress. If you get 30 seconds and you did this like, 10 times, that is close to 5 minutes. That means you make 10 approaches a day. That equals 5 minutes. I know that sounds really fucked up, but so 30 seconds, if you times it by 2, so 30 seconds, that equals 5 minutes. If your conversations last at least 5 minutes each, or maybe let's say generously 3 minutes, okay? 3 times that's 3 times 10. So 10 approaches. 3 times 10 is 30. So that's 30 minutes. Does that make sense? 30 minutes versus 3 fucking minutes. So you could actually get, 5 minutes versus 30 minutes. Which one would you guys rather have? Would you rather have 30 minutes of practice? Or would you rather have 5 minutes of practice? So by raising your SMV is very important. Now I can see a lot of people dropping off here. That's too bad, because you guys are what they call SMV deniers. They always tell you, it's not looks. It's all about the game. It's all about the game. It's all game. Well, first of all, I want to say to you guys that no wonder you guys suck. No wonder you guys are not optimized. Yes, absolutely. You'd rather have 30 minutes. So if that's the case, 30 minutes, I just want to make the points very clearly. I want to make my presentations very clearly. Oh, yeah. And also, don't forget, I'll put in a link somewhere. Apparently, I have a new list for people who wants a free course. I want to give back to the community. So what is this free course? I know I got to plug this one in because it's going to help a lot of people. There's 2 things I want to plug. But don't worry, it's not some fucking infomercial. In the link over here, I'm giving away a free course. I'm not sure if it's going to be on a, WordPress protected page where I write everything out, or I'm going to make it to a YouTube course where I get your email address and I enable the course privately. This is to help the Asian men raise their SMV, have a better vocal tonality, better lines for the game, better openers, better everything. I'm giving back just to show that I actually care. So what's the second point? If I can make this point, then I've made it very clear. It's not all game, okay? It's not all game. That's right. You already know about the looks, money, status plus game, right? Looks is out of 10. Looks is 10. Money is out of 5. Status, you can always raise your status by having a cooler status, cooler lifestyle. But your race determines your status, which is out of 10. And also your game is out of 10, which involves your social skills, emotional intelligence, persuasion, and also social calibrations. Does that make sense? So basically, you want to raise certain areas. And what is one area that you can really optimize? The looks. That means just by dressing a little bit better, your looks would be way, way higher. I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive, but you can raise the looks dramatically just by dressing a little bit nicer. I mean, just by having a Rolex and just by just dressing a little bit nicer, right? I'm not saying everyone needs to dress like me exactly like this. But when you attempt to work on the way you dress, you'll notice that you will actually get more compliance. Okay. If you guys get this, give it a thumbs up. And for all those people out there who just went into this video and went out, I just want to say that you guys are going to quit the game. And I'm going to explain why. Okay. Actually, I should write why you quit. 6. Why you SMV deniers quit. Okay. That's the first point. The second point is you can do things like wear elevator shoes. This is something I've been experimenting with. I've always been kind of short, 5'7". And a lot of people have been thinking like, John, you're fucking short. Okay. Oh shit, my hair is like turning into a devil. So a lot of people think, oh shit, like he's like a fucking 5'7" Asian guy. But this shoes put me above the national average, which is 5'9". So you want to be above 5'9" in Canada, and you want to be above, 5'9.5" in the United States. So you got to think, where do you live and how can you optimize this? And especially when you optimize this, things become easier. Listen, I don't have to prove shit to you guys because you guys know I already have like 400 fucking testimonials. I'm telling you guys the truth. Whether or not you guys like it or not, that's not my problem. And this title is really hurting a lot of people's feelings, I think. Because they're clicking out of it because they're in denial. This is why they're going to quit. Or this is why they're going to struggle in the game. Do looks matter? Aesthetics matter. Your positive stereotypeness matters. I'm just going to tell you guys the truth. So you can wear heel lifts. And I also drew another picture, not a very good one over here. Okay? Over here. But you can see for the men's shoulder, right? For example, let's say this is a Greek god kind of physique. So for a guy, kind of like having chest and stuff and abs. Okay? So basically, the wider the shoulders, right? The more attractive he is to women. I'll say this again. The wider his shoulders is, the more attractive he is to women. This is why I make my students, because they may not be able to bulk up. Even if they bulk up and they have really messed up proportions, they're going to start to look like a ninja turtle. They're going to start to look like a ninja turtle. But however, by working on the shoulders and the upper back, their physique will widen dramatically. And the second thing is that women, right? When you look at their physique, say this is a woman, right? She's like, whatever. She's doing a pose. So this is a woman. Her boobs, her hips is wide. It's almost like an upside down chest, isn't it? When you think about it. Isn't that weird? So the chest is bigger here, but her hips are bigger here. So this is the area because it means like she's very fertile. It's good for childbirth. By having this sort of SMV, it's kind of like upside down. So you are attracted. A lot of guys are attracted to women with very nice ass and very nice legs and not having a big fat fucking waist like older women and huge ass fucking thighs, but just the right size. My point is there are certain areas you want to optimize where it's bigger, so it attracts more men for women, and for women for men it attracts more women. Is to widen the SMV. Hey man, what's up? Elliot Rogers. I think I know who you are. Yeah. The fuck? Is that you? Give me back my watch. I'll collect it back later. Anyways. So widening the shoulders is very important. Okay? Widening the shoulders is very important. Just like for Elliot Rogers over here. Right? Widening the shoulders exactly like the hips. That part's wider. So if you want to optimize your day game results, I have found, and even with other people, especially Elliot Rogers here. Elliot Rogers here. The thing is that the real Elliot Rogers does not have a very wide frame. He always calls people brutes, like brutes, these tall brutes, whatever. But in reality, it's not because they're brutes or they're big. It's the protector status. A protector status is very important. So the wider the hips for a woman, right? This is not the best picture. I apologize for the crudeness. But for a woman, when she has wider hips over here, she needs a guy with a wider shoulders. This is why Latinas, who typically have the most widest hips for women in the world, right? Frame is cope. Okay. So basically, when Latinas have wider hips, usually when you look at the Asian men that goes with Latinas, look at this subhuman cope. You're probably all the same fucking out. So, fuck you. So having said that, the wider the hips is for Latinas, that's why they're very flaky against Asian men. And shorter Asian men, I've noticed among all my students around the world, they usually have more of a flake rate from Latinas. But why is that? It's not because they're Asian. It's because Latinas will still go on dates with taller Asian men. The guys are around 5'11", 6'2", and they're jacked. It's not because they're jacked, because their shoulders have protector status. They have protector status. So the wider the hips for the woman is, the more she demands a guy that is bigger. And this is not like my dick size is like 5 inches, you faggots. Like, I think I pissed off a lot of slut hate or these faggots. But these are the problem with slut hate, is because they never actually optimize their SMV. You guys in lookism, SMV, all this shit. You guys never ever try to improve. I'm not trying to give you hope. Your problem is not just the SMV. You gotta look at the chart. Looks is out of 10. A lot of you are like 3 out of 10. Money is out of 5. A lot of you can barely even hold down a fucking job, you incels, because you're autistic. Therefore, when you're autistic, you have, this is your race. You might even have a higher race. Some of you are white, even if it's 10. And what is game? Let's talk about this, incels. Game is divided into 4 categories, and this is why you guys are fucked up. Social skills, social calibrations, okay, social skills, social calibrations, emotional intelligence, and game or persuasion. The problem with most of you fucking incels, you faggots, is because you have no social skills, because you have Asperger syndrome and you're autistic, and you guys have social impairment, and you have a, let me see if I can understand your mindset. If I look at the 10 traits of a sociopath, I bet I can determine that you guys think your opinions are facts. So 10 traits of a sociopath. Okay, 10 traits of a sociopath, natural news. And this is why you guys are failures. I'm going to show you why. So I believe you're not as social as possible. You can say whatever you want. I bet you're all the same out. You're probably like the person I know in real life, but fuck you. You just pissed off again because you're just a fucked up person. So number one, I bet you have all these traits. Sociopaths are charming. Okay, you guys are not charming. Elliot Rogers, you guys are not charming. Number two, you're more spontaneous and intense than other people. And that's exactly what's happening right now. So number three, sociopaths are incapable of feeling shame, guilt, or remorse. They simply lack the circuitry to process such emotions. And a lot of you don't actually have any empathy or any sort of guilt. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of you don't have any sort of empathy or guilt. So this is why you act like this. Number four, sociopaths invent outrageous lies about their experiences. Number five, sociopaths seeks to dominate others and win at all costs. Because you guys believe that, it's all about looks, it's all about this SMV shit. Even if you had the SMV, even if you were good looking, you would still fail with women because you have no social intelligence. Because it says right here, sociopaths seek to dominate others and win at all costs. And that's exactly what you guys are doing, right? That's exactly what you guys are doing. Because you believe in your slut hate mentality, your lookism mentality, that you guys are right. You guys are so fucking wrong. In fact, I don't even know what the fuck you guys are thinking because you guys are sociopaths. So sociopaths tend to be highly intelligent. Apparently that's not the case. You probably say something, it's because of the jawline, right? It's because John has a fucking jawline shit, or because he does not have a receding chin, right? Because he's like, his face is, his maxilla is higher. You have all these bullshit theories. Yeah, without diagnosis, I teach a lot of impossible cases just like you did. I teach a lot of impossible cases that do have incel characteristics. And a lot of you are very slow to learn. Sociopaths are incapable of love. No offense, but you guys are. Sociopaths speak poetically. No, you guys speak autistically. Sociopaths never apologize. They are never wrong. They never feel guilt. They can never apologize. Even when shown proof they are wrong, they'll refuse to apologize and go on the attack. Most of you motherfuckers will never apologize or never, ever be wrong. Okay? You will never apologize for being wrong. This is exactly why I have the most student results in the fucking world for Daygame, and you guys aren't shit. And number 10, sociopaths are delusional and literally believe what they say becomes the truth. I'm a very scientific guy who has 400 laid and poll testimonials. You guys, however, have no fucking lays in your whole slut hate. You guys, now it's getting defensive. It's just a cheap way of attacking the messenger. Sociopaths never apologize. They never apologize. They go on the attack. That's exactly what's going on. Okay, lookism, whatever the fuck you guys are in these days. I know about your shit. And sociopaths are delusional and literally believe what they think is the truth. Okay? So this is part one of proving my point. And number two, and this is why you fail with women. Okay? Asperger syndrome trait, CDC. Asperger syndrome trait. So according to you guys, on top of being a sociopath, it's not because of your looks, but you can optimize your looks. And a lot of you, because you want to win at all costs, you want to be the victim, you never optimize your looks. So let's take a look, okay? They have a hard time understanding body language. Most of you don't even know how to read social cues, okay? Most of you don't know how to read social cues. Number two, you avoid eye contact. You can't even fucking do eye contact. Number three, you want to be alone or want to interact but don't know how because you're socially retarded. Come on, let's be real here. You guys are socially retarded. Okay? Number four, you have narrow and obsessive interests. For example, lookism, looks theory. Oh, because of this, because of that, because, okay, sure, my golden ratio is 8.2 out of, 82%. And you might think, because of this, because of all these fucking factors. The golden ratio matters more for looks, dude. It's not so much about like what you think Hollywood thinks you should look. Widen your shoulders, work out, stop being faggots. Stop being fucking faggots. I don't even have to prove a point. My point is you guys, with your comments, are proving all this. They only talk about themselves and their interests, which is looks theory. They speak an unusual tone, odd tone of voice. So for you aspies, you guys will be very monotone. Be like, hey, how's it going? Oh, hi, my name is whatever, and I want to come by and say hi, and you get rejected. You wonder why you get rejected. or you have a very high screechy voice. Hey, how's it going? I'm an aspie. Oh my God, it's looks theory. Looks don't matter, right? I mean, looks, everything women's about looks. Yeah, wide fucking shoulders, above 5'9.5". Get some fucking muscles or dress well. Most of you can't even afford to dress well. Who the fuck wants to be with you guys? Seriously, who the fuck wants to be with you guys? So you guys keep talking about dicks and whatever, but 5 inches. I've been banging your white women all over Europe with my 5-inch dick, and they haven't complained. So fuck you guys. So, anyways, you're nervous in large social groups because you guys are socially retarded. So it's all looks theory for you guys. You have a hard time making friends. You have rituals you refuse to change, such as a rigid bedtime routine. You develop odd repetitive movements, and most of you aspies, you move like a fucking robot. Let's be real here. Everyone thinks there's something off about you because you don't even know how to move your body. You don't even know how to use your face. You're just like, hey, how's it going? Oh, it feels weird. It looks like you're looking through a statue, like a glass eye. And you guys know this shit. Give it a thumbs up for those of you who agrees. See, I know you guys better than you know yourselves. Okay, so develop odd and repetitive movements and have unusual sensory reactions. A lot of you butter. So this is why you guys are incels, because you guys are completely autistic as fuck. You can't move your fucking face, and you sound like a fucking monotone robot. How's it going? Yeah. And you always get fucking fired at your job, or everyone starts picking on you. Am I right? I'm describing you down to a fucking science. You guys know this shit. I'm not autistic. Yeah, you're in denial. You're in fucking denial. You are about as autistic as Elliot Rodgers. And look at Elliot Rodgers on top of everything. Let's talk about Elliot Rodgers. On top of Elliot Rodgers, he was very narcissistic too. Am I right? Elliot Rodgers here. Women hate me. Oh, but look at me. I'm a magnificent gentleman. Work the fuck out, you fucking magnificent gentleman. So that's the problem with Elliot Rodgers. I mean, first of all, you don't even know what fucking race he is out of 10. In terms of the scale, Asians are down here. They don't know what race he is. Is he Italian? Is he Asian? They don't fucking know. So they're confused. Second of all, his game. If you look at social calibrations, he doesn't even know how to move his body except looking like a narcissistic prick in front of YouTube before he shoots up a skull, just like you guys will. Number 2, social calibrations. Doesn't know how to move his fucking body or social skills. Every single fucking party he goes to, he gets pissed off, he gets butthurt. He cannot communicate, just like all you guys. Yeah, you guys are coping. You guys are coping. And number 3, emotional intelligence. What's his emotional intelligence? He cannot express emotions. For example, I can change my emotions at any fucking time, you incels. I can talk in a very caring way and just piss all over you incels. I can sound like I'm caring. I can sound empathetic, but no one gives a shit about you guys because 28% of society are sexless, and you guys deserve what you guys get. That's exactly what you get. So therefore, you don't want to improve your life because you have this thing called not taking extreme ownership. You guys will never blame yourselves. It's always like the finger is pointing towards women. It's women's fault. It's the SMV's fault. It is the looks fault. It is all about looks. It is never about you. You never, ever fucking point fingers at yourselves. This is why you guys are a bunch of cunts. That means if you don't be fucking brutally honest with yourselves, how the fuck are you going to change your lives, you stupid fucking incels? How the fuck will you change your lives? Because you never looked in the mirror and call yourself out on your monotone fucking voice. And now it's like, oh shit. I mean, it's like, yeah, I'm the most autistic red pill fluid. No, I don't believe there's a certain pill. There's no black pill. There's no red pill. There's no fucking blue pill. It's actually all the pills are mixed together. The way I see it, every pill is true. Black pill is true. Blue pill is true. Red pill is true. All these purple pills, they're all true. You got to imagine it's like a globe, okay? You know the globe? These are just different parts of the world. That means all of the pills are true, but you got to think together is equals one world. One fucking world. It's all the pills. If you guys get this, give it a thumbs up. So, second thing is that, okay, wear heel lips. Are you guys short? Whatever. You guys are Asian. Dress more like a white person. Fix your hair like a white person. Seriously. You ever see Asian people with their hair down here like a fucking K-pop artist? I mean, let's be real here. That is not raising your SMV. This is what you're triggering, what they call xenophobia, a fear and dislike of other people's culture. And that's exactly what's happening. So because you guys cannot take extreme ownership, is never your fault. So how can you improve if you guys never say it's your fault? You can't. You'd be like, oh, it's never my fault. It's always someone else's fault. It's always someone else's fault. Have you ever once, let me ask you guys a question. Have you ever once tried to blame yourself instead of blaming me, blaming women, blaming everyone else? Right? The answer is no. You have not blamed anyone else for anything. So fuck you guys. So. Okay, let's talk about the brain structure and how you guys are failing. Especially, my hair is kind of fucking up. I put more like palming on. It's falling down a little bit. Fuck. Oh well. Let me put it this way. All right. The brain structure. So we basically have 3 or 4 different brain structures, and I'm gonna explain to you how the incel brain is shit. No, I'm not. But the first one's called the paralimbic system. So this is the fight, flight, or freeze response. And for a lot of you Elliot Rogers motherfuckers, you're always going for the flee response because your sociopathic, narcissistic dad or mom always yells at you. Am I right? All of you have a narcissistic parents. Always says that. Okay, I don't give a shit what you guys think. I don't give a shit what you guys think. So regardless, you guys can say whatever you want. But all of you have a narcissistic, sociopathic parent. I guarantee you, all you incels. Every single one of you. Is it the mother or father? You guys know what I'm saying. It is genetics. Look at Elliot Rogers. You look at his mother and you look at his father. They have these traits. And you guys, one of your parents have these traits. So basically what your parents do is they yell at you. In the first 7 years of your life, you incels, what happens is your thinking is developed in the first 7 years of your life. And that's what I learned from Dan Pena when I met him in real life. In the first 7 years, your parents been yelling at you. So your paralimbic system's always freezing up like, oh shit. And you always want to run away because your mom's yelling at you because your mom is beating your dad upside the fucking head. So what really happened is when your mom is beating up your dad, you become like very beta towards women. You put them on a pedestal. All of you. You all put them on a pedestal and you're afraid to approach them because now you get the same fucking paralimbic system of freeze response or flight. So whenever you see women like Elliot Rogers, you guys are like, you can't do it. So you blame women instead. And the second thing about the nervous system is called the Limbic System. So what is a Limbic System? Whenever you do a task enough times, okay, you start to develop neurons and you start to have automatic behaviors. So for a lot of you guys with a lower SMV, you guys are going a downward spiral. So you automatically make assumptions. You automatically assume that all women are going to reject you. You assume that no one likes you. You are perpetuating and developing over time. And the more you have these fucked up thoughts, your nervous system or your subconscious mind starts to create this Elliot Rogers-like pattern, right? You become more and more like Elliot Rogers because your SMV is low and your social intelligence is non-existent and you're sociopathic as fuck. So when you talk to people, they're like, what the fuck? They all avoid you. And women start to avoid you and you start to cope. You start to blame everyone else but yourselves. So the Limbic System, the longer you get rejected by not raising your SMV, the more you're going to go in a downward spiral. And when you guys go in a downward spiral, this is when everything gets out of control. And over, you're going to start to turn into Elliot Rogers. That's exactly what's going to happen if you don't work on your SMV. And most of you, because you say money doesn't matter, most of you can't even keep a job. That's why it doesn't matter. You don't think higher value women want money? I was living in a fucking mansion like a few months ago, like a $3 million fucking mansion. So fuck you guys. It's so now. But regardless of that, regardless of all that shit, you guys don't make money. Women want a guy who can actually provide in the future. At the same time, have a good lifestyle because that can raise your status, that can raise your looks from the clothing, and that can raise the money. Does it raise your game? Not exactly. But it does raise other numbers in this category. Okay? So the last one is called the frontal lobes because you guys are sociopath. You guys don't have access to the front part of your brain. Your front part of the brain regulates emotions and stuff. I can change my emotions at will. For example, I can start to sound more caring. Right? I can start to like tease you guys, like, what's wrong with you? Like, guys are like emotionally retarded. And then I can, like talk to women. I can like flirt with them. It changes. The tonality changes and the vibe changes. You guys cannot change your vibe outside of just being Elliot Rogers. So therefore, you guys could hate all you want, but this is fucking hilarious. You guys need to blame yourselves. And you need to work on your emotional intelligence. Let's see. This is why you go in a downward spiral. The Limbic System has been so fucking reinforced. And this is why every single day you're thinking shitty thoughts. Because when you think about CBT, right? A lot of you have been CBT when you're diagnosed for Asperger's or autism. That's why you got autism bugs. Your brain works under this principle, okay? Thoughts, feelings, action. It's like a triangle. Okay, let's just say that it's like a triangle. Thoughts, feelings, and actions. Thoughts, feelings, action. Thought, feeling, action. Thought, feeling, action. So basically, if you go to lookism or slut hate, your thoughts are fucked because you're autistic too. Your feelings is angry. It's all women's fault. No, it's your fault. Blame yourselves for once. You guys need to stop coping and blame yourself. You can blame the woman after you fix your issues with your SMV. Because you're not over the line. You need to be like 20 out of 35 in total. And most of you, it's not because even if you got plastic surgery, right? And you increase your looks, you increase your, jawline, you fix your maxilla and you fix all this shit, right? Your recessed jawline. And the reason why you have recessed jawline is because your parents keep yelling at you and you start breathing through your fucking, mouth because you're like nervous. You're always hunching. So you already, for your Limbic system, you have reinforced all this negative hunching fight or flight response. And because of that, you start to have more like a fucked up facial. Your chin will be like way back here or non-existent chin. So that's exactly what's happening. Right? So that's exactly what's happening. And a lot of you do have like fucked up racist chin. A lot of you guys are just angry looking. A lot of you guys are just, it's almost like, it's like a downward spiral. First 7 years of your life, your mom fucks you up. Or your dad, whoever it is, who's the Elliot Rogers dad. Then you start breathing like you're fucking afraid. And then you're autistic. You make no friends. You don't even talk to people. You blame everyone else. You're a sociopath. And this is what you get. And you say, I can't raise my SMV because you guys cannot even afford to buy an outfit for fucking $20. You just can't even afford to buy an outfit, even if it's on sale in Zara for 80% off. You guys are so poor, you can barely keep your jobs because everyone picks on you, right? And then now you're angry at the world. Am I describing you cunts exactly, right? I'm describing all you cunts exactly. So I'm just saying, look in the fucking mirror for once in your life and start blaming yourselves. It is your fault. Everything that happens in your life is your fault. If there's something unhappy about it, you're not improving it, it is your fault. So this is what I think is really happening with you cunts. Okay? You're dumb fucking cunts. You gotta think, if you set a goal, right? And you visualize it, okay? You visualize your goal, you keep doing whatever it takes until you reach the goal. But the problem with you guys, when you manifest, is that in your visualization, all you think about is shooting up a fucking school, like Elliot Rogers. Most of you cunts. And most of you are thinking it's all women's fault. What are you visualizing? And where are you moving your boat towards besides shooting up a school? You creepy motherfuckers. Exactly it. You guys are moving in a negative direction, so you're going downward spiral. So it starts with the thoughts, the visualization, and the feelings. And what happens is start to manifest into your life. You start talking to people, they start avoiding you. You're like, hey, you're like, hey man, with your autistic face. And then everyone's like, what the fuck? This guy does not have social skills. You can't even say, hey bro, what's up, right? You can't even talk to them normally. Yeah, that's really nice. You can't even smile. You just look like a machine. With your monotone sort of behavior. So you guys are all cunts. You guys deserve what you get. Incels deserve what they get. Okay, so most dating coaches have a higher SMV than the general population. That's true. If you look at Daygame, we can split into different factions. Night game, they might have shorter coaches, but day game, everyone's above 5'9", because height matters, because it's what they call protector status. And some of you incels are quite tall. And even though these coaches are sociopathic as fucking delusional, and they have no social skills, at least they work on their game. They can get over the 20 out of 35 line, and you guys can't. And that's the thing, though. You guys cannot get over that line. They can, because if you start working on your social skills, so instead of just blaming you guys, what solutions can I give you for social skills? A very good way of improving your social skills, if you were like Elliot Rogers, for example. What if you talk to 10 people a day? 10. It could be a guy or it could be a girl. It could be anyone. Just say, hey, bro, what's up, right? And just talk a little bit about yourself. If you talk to 10 people a day and you talk to 7 days a week, that is 70 people. 70 people times 4, which is like 4 weeks. Times 4. Say 40. That's 280 approaches in a month. Okay? So when you have 280 approaches times 12 months, when you look at it overall, this will improve your social skills, because you'll be very awkward at first. You might feel like you're very robotic, you talk in a very monotone, and people avoid you. But when you do that 10 sort of approaches, okay, then you start to actually improve your life. Now your social skills in the chart for social skills will start to go up. That 25% will slowly go up. And you look at Elliot Rogers. What has he done besides pushing women off a balcony? Nothing. He doesn't even socialize. He doesn't even approach. He doesn't even do any of these things. This is what's wrong with you guys. So you guys reinforce this in your neo-limbic system. That's why you guys are sociopathic. So when you have sociopathic thoughts, you have sociopathic feelings, you have sociopathic results. Okay? So fuck you guys. But a lot of dating coaches, they are taller, they are stronger, they are whiter than you guys. They are, they are over the fucking line of fuckability, and you guys are not. So, yep, that's the line of fuckability. That's my point I want to make for today. You guys don't have to agree with me, but you guys know that when you guys look in the mirror, you're always going to look at yourself and you're always going to hate yourself, but it's never your fault. It's always the women's fault, right? How is it their fault? They don't even know you. Let me ask you a question. How is it your fault? Women don't actually know you. They only see you acting awkward. How is it their fault? Oh, it's your looks, right? Because your looks are not enough. Can't you work out? Can't you at least dress better? Can't you go to Zara? I'm just saying, can't you guys dress better? Or is it because most of my autistic students are hard cases, impossible cases, just like you guys? The very first thing they do is they always dress in baggy clothing. So one tip I can give you is that the clothing has to be your exact size. It's like a very snug fit. A lot of you guys like to wear clothing that it looks like your older brother gave it to you. It's like what they call a hand-me-down. Let's turn on the fan here. You guys like, no, it's fucking loud. You guys like to wear stuff for like what they call a hand-me-down. So what happens is when the woman sees the hand-me-down, baggy clothing, they're going to all reject you. They're going to all reject you. And you don't know why. Because a lot of the clothing, a lot of the things you wear is related to social intelligence. So the social skills, this is why Asian men dress like shit. They're not socially intelligent. They believe wearing baggy clothing is something that women finds endearing. And so are you Asperger's motherfuckers. So, yeah, exactly. Just fucking, exactly. This guy says, just go to gym, bro. Just dress better. Go get a haircut and just go shower. Just be more social. That's right. It's just a normal human being. You got to wonder, why is society, how did your mother meet your father? Let me ask you guys a question. Did he talk to your mother in a social setting? Maybe in the bar or maybe in the party. Maybe he met her on the streets. It's a very natural thing to do for most human beings to talk to each other in a social way. Game was only invented at a certain time, and that was one of the first generation of PUAs. PUAs have taken the social skills right out of game. So they just been focusing on what they call persuasion, game and persuasion. And when they did shit like that, it kind of hurt a lot of the that's why PUAs have this creepy mentality. A lot of the coaches do have a very sociopathic, autistic. I don't agree with their methodology, but you see they're always SMVing with height. So they don't have social skills. They use a little bit of body language, social calibrations, trying to be like James Bond. But James Bond does not have much of an expression. He doesn't move his hands. He doesn't move his face. He doesn't change his vocal tonality. The emotional intelligence, a lot of them have no empathy. But because they're using some game and a little bit of social calibrations, and this 50% of the chart, it can kind of go like enough to get over 20 out of 35. And this is why a lot of PUAs do not have testimonials. And this is why it's very important to raise the SMV and also improve the social skills. This is why I teach a lot of social skills and stuff like this. So let's see. Well, think about this. In real life, James Bond, right? You guys think, oh, because if he acts like James Bond, it's going to work. But let me ask you a question about this. You see a lot of these natural and direct coaches with hands in their pocket, right? Do they have any proof in Daygame or any student results? No testimonials, no late testimonials. Because they are cutting off the expression. So a lot of the problems with you aspie motherfuckers is that you want to work on your expressions, okay? It's very important. Your face, a lot of you guys were what they call the Asian poker face, because Asians do have this sort of borderline Asperger's behavior. You guys want to learn how to move your face. So if you guys are speaking a caring way, you dumb motherfuckers, right? I know it's not congruent what I'm saying, but you want to make sure the face matches what you're saying. So if you are in a very caring way, it's called congruency, okay, you incels? It's called congruency. You don't have congruency because your face does not move. When your face does not move like James Bond, you creep women out if your value is not high. Second thing is that if you're angry, you got to actually move the body and move the face too, and the tonality. So this is more what they call congruent. Like I said, you dumb incels. Thoughts, feelings, and actions, okay, dumb incels. If your actions, right, in your body is not correct and the feeling seems off because of your thoughts, women will pick up on this stuff easily, your actions and your feelings. So you must get into the feeling first or the body language. Sometimes it can be outside in. So if you want to feel sadder, you can kind of get into a sadder sort of tonality. The voice would change. And that's the thing though, because you incels love to hunch. You guys are hunchers. You guys are all like autistic face hunchers. It's like, and the reason why I use this back brace is I don't like hunching, okay? I always want to keep a good posture, and it makes me feel better because when you improve your actions, okay, just like with the posture here, this is not like a holster for a gun, okay? This is not a holster for a gun. But I know you guys love guns because you like to shoot up schools because you're like Elliot Rogers, but that's not what it is. So your actions, your body language could affect the way you feel and also affect your thoughts. Another thing you incels can do is that you can audit your thoughts. You have to think to yourself, does this thought help you or does it not? And when you have a thought like women are all like, they hate you because they are shallow and it's all about looks, you can say audit. You can press a button on your sociopathic brain, right? And you can say audit, audit. Yeah, well, the reason why I cut the size of the hair is because I have a lot of gray hairs now on the side. I'm just finding it very hard to maintain. So first generation PUA, I have a lot of experience in the game. But the thing is that it is starting to show up as, grayish. So I'm not like a fucking 24-year-old, 22 or 19-year-old. So I do know what the fuck I'm talking about. Just break her skull with a sledgehammer, slap her vagina with an ice pick 100 times and put her in the oven. What the fuck? Throw the shit in the Chad's face, bro. What the fuck? Okay, I'm just trying to tell you guys that I don't want to rain on your parades, incels. If you, however, got jaw surgery and you have a more defined jawline, right? Like a more square jawline like this. And you fix your maxilla problem that you don't have a receding jawline, okay? What will happen is nothing because your vibe or energy is bad. So what causes the vibe? The thoughts, feelings, and actions in cells is that when your feelings are weird, the vibe is like a condom, okay? The best way to understand vibe is like a condom. Imagine you took all your thoughts, your lookism, your slut hate beliefs, okay? Your anti-women, black pill shit. and you take your feelings and you take all of your actions in life and you wrap your job, your money, your how you feel about yourself, how you feel about other people. You wrap it up in a big condom, and whatever is inside is what they call your vibe, your energy. So you're wondering, why are you repelling women? It's because your vibe or energy has no dominance when you're around them, because your mother beats your father. And your vibe is that they can actually, women are very intuitive, guys. Women are extremely fucking intuitive. Have you ever noticed whenever you talk to women, I know most of you don't even approach because you're like Elliot Rogers, but for the ones who actually try to approach without shooting up a school, for the guys who, okay, it's fucked up, but for the guys who actually try to approach, you notice that women will look up and down at you. Have you noticed this? You talk to her, she's like, because she's trying to scan your value overall. She's trying to see your body language. She's trying to see the way you stand. She's trying to see your facial expressions. She's trying to see your congruency. She can sense how much anger you have and how much like happiness you have. She can sense how much dominance you have. Women are like octopus. You ever notice when women are away from society, they have really fucked up thoughts. They cannot build a society. But whenever they're near you, they can kind of sense everything about you. So you can't really fool women. You almost auto reject yourself, because women can actually sense a lot of things that go on in your nervous system. They can sense the anger. They can sense the beliefs. And this is what it shows up in your subcommunications. It also shows up in your facial expressions. It shows up in areas that you didn't expect. So what happens is, and also having a monotone. You guys got to realize this. Women are constantly bombarded with validation and guys liking them on Tinder and Instagram. So for you guys to actually be angry or be autistic or be anything, they're always looking for that one thing to reject you by, because they're always filtering. They can't fuck every guy they talk to. So they have to have a strong filter. And a lot of you guys are getting stuck in the fly trap, or you guys are getting stuck in the bug zapper. So every time you try to talk to women, you're with a facial expression of anger and hunching in a low voice because your dad yells at you too many fucking times because you're a pussy. What's happening is, when you're doing that, you lose your SMV. And it's all up here. It's all up here. Have you noticed the guys who are really good with women? They're always sticking out their chin. They're always confident. They're always confident. Their chest is out. Their shoulders are back. This is a good thing to practice. You incels can practice with this back brace. So their shoulders are always back, and they're always expressive. They're always happy. So what is confidence? Confidence comes from competence with women, a higher SMV. And I even have students who are like 5'4", who do very, very well, like a Filipino student with women. He has perfect social skills. He has perfect social calibrations because his body language. His game, I taught him, and he banged like fucking 7 women. They're all like 8.5 out of 10 in the first 3 weeks. And emotional intelligence is really good. So it's like, John, you know, you're bashing all these incels, right? But what about solutions? How can I help these dumb motherfuckers? The proof, yeah, it's on my site, you dumb motherfuckers. It's all there. I mean, there's fucking 400 testimonials. How much more proof do you need? My God, I even made a course for hard cases. I even made a course for like fucking hard cases like you, and I know because I have a lot of students who are like you. Believe it or not, there's an incel community of people who are not just incels, but they want to do PUA, but they have the same mindsets as you. We basically call them hard cases. So I guess instead of writing here, because it's all full of writing, it's the speed of implementation. Maybe I can erase a little bit of this so I can help you guys. Listen, I'm going to spend some time to help you guys. Maybe I can help you guys release some of your problems in life, okay? Instead of being an asshole like you guys are, I'm actually going to give you some solutions, okay? I'm going to give you guys some actual solutions. I'm going to do this for free. So basically, this is very important you guys understand this, okay? If this helps you, don't worry, just it's on me. I'm actually a nicer guy than you realize. And I taught a lot of students like you guys. Okay, so the first thing is that there are 4 types of students, okay? Easy cases, normal cases, You guys call normies or whatever the fuck you call them. Normal cases. Normal cases. You got hard cases. And you got impossible cases. Mission impossible. So basically, okay, easy cases usually gets laid in when I coach them, because I teach social skills, emotion, all that shit. They usually get laid in 3 weeks to 3 days to 1 week. But why? Because when you dress better, and I'll prove it to you as a point. You see my thumbnail, right? I have this Rolex looking watch. A lot of you guys, right? Get this. You should get some kind of fake Rolex or something, just to start off with. What happens is, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to help you guys. Just calm the fuck down. When you get something like this, what is your feeling? You feel like I don't deserve this, right? What if I scratch this? If you win a Rolex store, like shit. So you have this icky feeling, a subconscious. Am I right? I'll get to the point. You have this subconscious icky feeling like, oh shit, I don't deserve this. It's too expensive. What if I break it? What if I drop it? I have to pay for it. It's more than like 20 grand. So over time, you get used to it. So when you raise your self-esteem, you dress better. It's kind of like for a lot of you guys, incels, right? So we're talking about narcissism, because narcissistic personality disorder is something Elliot Rogers had. So the ego, right? You got to think this is the ego, and this is the self-esteem. So if the ego is higher, right, the self-esteem goes down. Okay? So if the ego is higher, so a lot of you have a lot of ego. It's all women's fault. I'm right. When you raise your self-esteem, what happens is your ego actually goes down. I know it sounds fucked up. Give it a try. Dress nice for 1 day. And what happens is that you have a lot of chatter. Have you guys noticed? You guys, with my hard case students, we'll get to that. They have a lot of thoughts in their mind. They're always like, it's all women's fault. It's not my fault. It's always, there's a lot of chatter. So this is the left brain. The left brain is responsible for language and this kind of stuff. I'm just going to help you guys. Just listen. By raising the self-esteem, I have found for my sociopathic students, right, a lot of that evil chatter that you guys experience actually goes down. The ego goes down and the self-esteem goes up. But it's only temporary until you dress nice. And that's very hard because a lot of these students, these hard cases, cannot really keep their jobs. Does that make sense? Since they cannot keep their jobs, they can't really afford to dress nice. And they cannot raise the self-esteem. And the languages you guys are speaking to yourself, it's all women's, is not helping your self-esteem, is raising the ego. It's raising your ego. And then that's really something that happens. My students, when they stop dressing well, their ego goes up and they become very resistant. So if their easy cases are getting laid in 3 days or 1 week, and that's very normal for most people, okay? Just going out there. Normal cases take around 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Around 3 weeks to 3 months. This is what I usually notice. When you teach them perfect game, perfect social skills, perfect emotional intelligence, they usually get laid around this time. I don't know why that is, because they resist a little bit more. The easy cases, because they have no chatter, because their self-esteem is so high. They have almost no ego. They just listen exactly and they do it. So that's the hard part. The hard part is resisting all these messages on your left brain. Because a lot of you guys, listen, if you guys don't have this fucked up messages in your brain, listen to what you're writing, this chatter. Huh? What's with all this chatter? What's with all this bullshit? What's with this anger? It's all in this side of the brain. When you raise your self-esteem, a lot of this stuff disappears. A lot of these chatter will be reduced dramatically. So what happens is when there's no chatter, the students clearly get the instructions. This is why easy cases get laid faster. Normal cases take a little bit longer because they ask more questions. John, what's this? John, what's that? What do you mean by? They're a little bit resistant. They're more resistant. They don't just fucking do it exactly. They have to do it their way a little bit. So it takes about 3 weeks to 3 months. That's usually when they normally get out late. Hard cases take around like 6 months to 1 year. 6 months. This is in terms of my students with perfect game. 6 months to 1 year. Because when you see the difference is that this guy is more adaptive. It's called the speed of implementation. Normal cases take a little bit longer to implement. Their brain, because of all this chatter, it makes it very hard to actually take action. Hard cases have so much chatter, so much delusions, as I said before, that the delusions that you guys are experiencing right now, you guys don't even understand because you're delusional. It feels like I'm talking to you guys in the nightmare or something. And I'm saying, wake up, but you say, your brain is telling you this is the real reality. But this is not the reality people are experiencing. And then it takes them 6 months to a year. In possible cases, which you guys are, what they call comorbidity, these multiple mental illnesses. So what you're experiencing is usually 1 year to get laid, 1 year to 3 years or never. I know that sounds awful. The reason why it's harder for you guys is because the speed of adaptation. Some of you guys take 1 year and 6 months to get one change. And because you have your neo-limbic system is already developing all these bad habits, you guys go back to your habits. That means you make one change after a year and a half and you go back to it. Does that make sense? Like the definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over again and expecting different results. You guys are doing exactly the same thing day in, day out. What do you expect for the results? So you guys don't, that's exactly why you guys are failing. The speed of implementation. So for example, I went and met Dan Pena, right? He always tells his students, he always yells at them, just fucking do it. If it's misspelled, send out misspelled. He's giving you the $1 billion strategy. Like him, we both have like the most testimonials in the world, and we're both a little bit direct with our students. Very direct. So what happens is that when you do it directly, what he says, you make millions, or you make like tens of millions or hundreds. It depends on the person. It takes a lot of self-esteem to do that. For example, he has to build up you have to get like a bunch of accountants, bankers, and all this stuff. You guys set it up and go to the bank and sort of game the bank. It takes a lot of self-esteem to do that. In your voice, you guys say, this is the best fucking deal. I'm going to make you back all your money. And that takes a self-esteem. But a lot of you guys, because you guys have no self-esteem, don't dress well, you can't put a team together, you have no social skills. The point is, it takes a lot of social skills to get a lot of results in life. A lot of your problem is a lack of self-esteem, which is fucking up your left brain. Then you have all these delusions. And then you start to resist. And you don't want to improve because you're blaming somebody else. It's not you that's the problem, right? This is you, and this is everyone else. You're blaming everyone else. It's always everyone else's fault, or LMS. While LMS is very important, and you got to raise your value, it's always somebody else's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. When has it ever been your fault? Because if you're not brutally honest with yourself, how are you going to be able to make the first change? So imagine this, because you're not brutally honest, because you're blaming something else. This is a race, right here. This is starting line. Okay? And this is the finish line right here, finish. How are you going to find the starting line over here if you can't even call yourself out on your shit? Right? Exactly. So the point is this, okay? The point is this. You guys don't have a starting line to change your life because you can never accept responsibility. Like I said, sociopaths, according to this chart, are never wrong, and they can never blame themselves because they're always right. Because you guys can never, why don't you one day look in front of the mirror and just say to yourself, you know what? You say to yourself that you're a cunt, you're not happy, and that you can make some changes in life. And then you might get your feelings hurt, your ego gets hurt, but guess what? You make changes and your self-esteem goes up and your ego goes down. So this becomes an upward spiral. Your thoughts change, you adapt faster. You find some courses, it doesn't have to be mine, on social skills. You start talking to 10 people a day. I'm gonna give you solutions. Talk to 10 people a day. You may fail very badly in the beginning, but do not give up. After a while, you start to get better and better at talking to people. Your social skills will increase. That icky feeling, that feeling that you get where you feel awkward will start to disappear slowly. And people will start to like you more. When your self-esteem goes up, your social skills go up, you go in the upward spiral. Does that make sense? So rather than Elliot Rodger during this shit and shooting up at school, why don't you raise your self-esteem just a little bit better, even though it may be a very icky feeling that you get like, oh, I don't deserve this. Like, you're in front of the PC teaching insults. No, they just all showed up. I don't know where the fuck you guys come from. Maybe some of you are like, oh, fucking, he's talking about SMV or something. Yeah, because, you know, a lot of students before the boot camps, they actually have to dress up really well. They have to get a haircut. They have to dress better and have to choose their outfit. They all dress like you guys, like shit. So you can raise your looks from 4 out of 10, like a lot of boot camp students, all the way up to like aesthetically higher, like 6, 7. The higher you are, the faster you pull or get laid. Sorry, looks matter, but also social skills matter. So I'm just saying, even with plastic surgery, you can fix your high cheekbones, you can fix your golden ratio, you can fix all these, you know, jawlines, your chin and all that maxilla. Even if you fix all that stuff without the social skills, it is not enough. And with the angry feelings that you have all the time, women will pick up on it. So maybe some kind of anger management would be very helpful. I'm saying. So kill yourself. You kill yourself, because that's what you guys do. Voice cell if you don't work on your approach angle. Voice cell? What the fuck are you talking? Voice cell? I approach diagonally. Okay. See, a lot of you guys are really fucked up. I wear $200 Adidas tracksuit. You don't want to wear a fucking tracksuit, guys. A tracksuit is kind of like it's like a low class sort of dressing sort of thing. It just repels women. I would never let my students wear tracksuits, even when I was teaching in London. Tracksuits are kind of like, it's like chavs or that kind of 1990s sort of fucking like tracksuit. Come on now. Wear a fucking dress shirt. Wear some slim jeans. Stop. What the fuck? You feel better in a tracksuit? Are you like a Russian gangster or something? Like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you guys? It's not about being trendy, okay? So, yeah, they do get laid because they're in the frame of the fuckboy frame, that player, the asshole. The women like that shit too. So you guys got to understand which frame you fit into. You can be the fuckboy same day late. That's frame number 1. Number 2 is the boyfriend provider frame. Number 3 is the friend zone social circle frame. Number 4, it is the husband material, which you guys cannot do because you guys cannot even get a job. Number 5, it is the daddy daughter frame. That's kind of fucked up, but you can actually manipulate women who have daddy issues. I know that sounds really fucked up. Number 6 is the high status celebrity status. High status celebrity status. What that means is women gravitate towards guys like Dan Brazilian, Hugh Hefner, and this kind of stuff because the lifestyle. So if you want to win all of them, I will work on the husband material. Even because most of you don't even fit into a boyfriend frame because you guys are angry and you guys are socially retarded. Because you're socially retarded, I get your problem. I understand it. I taught students like you because you're socially retarded. You may not fit in the boyfriend zone. A fuckboy zone, you can dress like shit, but you dress so shitty, you don't even dress like a gangster. You don't even dress like that same day late guy. You dress as a homeless person. There's a difference between dressing like a fuckboy and a homeless person. You guys dress like you're homeless. Okay? So, bro your hair, but your name's called Niggas Aren't People. I mean, come on now. You can't even talk shit. Like, fuck you. My palm is falling down a little bit, so it's okay. It's okay. But, however, saying that, it's supposed to be up here. Bed here, whatever happens. But the point is this. I mean, what the fuck kind of name is that? Like, what kind of mentality do you guys have? What the fuck's wrong with you? Come on now. You want to act like you're fucking hood and shit? That's fine. Women love that shit. You know why they love gangsters? I'm going to be real with you. Okay? Women love gangsters and shit with tattoos because they also look like they have a lot of drug money on the side. And I'm going to speak like a fucking gangster, okay? When women fucking like, when he's in jail, she ain't loyal. She ain't loyal. You all know that shit, right? You guys know what the fuck I'm saying. When he's in jail, she ain't loyal because the money's not there. Stat, all that shit. All that stuff makes her excited. She's like a hood rat. You know what I mean? Dumb bird brain hood rats. And however, if he's in jail, she ain't loyal. She's gonna leave him. Money's not there. The excitement's not there. So These are things you want to think about. But the problem with you incels is that you guys don't fit into any of the frame. You don't fit in as a friend. You could work from the angle in the social circle, the social skills, right? You don't fit into a boyfriend provider. You don't fit into the same day late guy. You dress like a homeless person. You guys don't fit in anywhere. So you guys gotta think, where do you want to fit into? Maybe some of you be good for that fuckboy sort of frame. You can dress in a gold chain and fake tattoos, or get a real tattoo, and just wear leather jackets and shit like that. That could help a lot of you. And I used to wear shit like that. The reason I switch over to the husband material is because one day all women want to get married. They want to get married. If I don't fit into the boyfriend-girlfriend zone in Vancouver, for example, okay, you don't see a lot of Asian guys, white girl couples, but you can fit into the husband material. So you can skip the frame and fit into this one. So you guys fucking think, what frame do you want to fit into? What frame do you guys fit into? You guys don't fit into any frame. High status. How many of you here can be high status? Most of you can't even afford a fucking slim jeans for $20. You like wearing baggy shit in tracksuits. Come on now. The fuck? So who are you guys in the forum? So you guys are from Slot-Hay. But at the very least, there is some dialogue. There is some solutions. And I do know this, like I said, a lot of my incel students, I still call them incels. They are slow learners. They do try very hard. But the lack of adaptivity and the nonstop fucking chatter in their brain does hurt them a lot, because a lot of times I tell the students when they're approaching the incels, they always resort to dressing like shitty. And they'll say, John, I like wearing a white V-neck or some shit like that. I like wearing white or some shitty fucking clothing. I was like, dude, I got you a fucking blazer that looks exactly like a Hugo Boss clone. Not Elliot Rogers Hugo Boss, but I'm talking like a blazer. And I got you a new dress shirt. He came here and I picked his wardrobe out. He doesn't wear it because he feels like when you wear nice shit, he feels awkward because he feels like his self-esteem is too high. When self-esteem is too high, he feels like he's above people. But you need to raise your self-esteem. You guys all need to raise your self-esteem. I believe that when you guys go to Zara and you pick out your version of whatever the fuck you wear, but slim, fitting clothing, you will see a dramatic improvement in your self-esteem. Your ego will start to go down, because a lot of you are narcissistic as Elliot Rogers, right? Zara is not gay. Zara is not gay, because the reason you call it gay or trendy and gay, look at you guys. Are you guys getting women with the way you dress? And second of all, isn't Zara like a Chinese sort of, Chinese people, like they steal the designs of the watches and they kind of make it. Isn't Zara like stealing from Armani, Versace, and all these other high-end clothing brands that women like? And the answer is yes. The reason why is Zara more famous than H&M or Guess Jeans or Forever 21, all these other stores, Banana Republic? Why is Zara always number one? Why is Zara, right? Every time you go there, there is no salesman there or saleswoman. And everyone is just buying their shit. They're just like, they're hoarding the fucking Zara shit and they're lining up all day. It's because the designs that they pick are the newest shit. They just go in other people's fashion show, they take pictures, they steal everything, and they sell it for cheaper. So if that's the case, Zara has already funneled or filtered all the clothing that's going to get you laid. That's going to get you laid. That's the funny thing. They already figured it out for you. But instead of you calling gay, women call you homeless. Women call you homeless. So AR-15 is a nice accessory though. See? You have these Elliot Rogers thoughts. Hollister jeans are good. They last longer. Sometimes it's not about how long you want to make the jeans last. It's more like what you just want to have a slim jeans. And for my students, they go for more of a light blue one. Why is it light blue jeans versus a dark? They love wearing black jeans or dark blue. Because whenever you think of a London model, they usually have, I know my hair's kind of like a little bit splitting here. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I got to cut it. But they usually have like a pompadour, right? They have this high hairstyle. Okay, I'm gonna cut it later. They have a higher hairstyle, and they also wear white V-necks, and they also wear light blue jeans that are slim and white sneakers, whatever the fuck. So you're trying to fit into this whitewash stereotype. You want to fit into this stereotype. So when you think Hollister jeans, you should think light blue Hollister slim jeans. Not too skinny where it looks gay as fuck. You're not here to act like a fucking faggot. And not so baggy as shit like you came out of a fucking time machine from the 1990s. Okay? It's just right in the middle. It's like the perfect steak. It's just the perfect, not too well done, not too rare, just right. Slim jeans is where it's at. And this is what you guys want to focus on this fucking slim jeans. I hope that makes sense. This is a piece of advice that can get you less auto-rejected from women. They'll start to look at you more. Okay? As simple as a slim jeans that's light blue will make a big difference in your life. Let's see. I would disagree with Versace. I wear Versace shoes, so positive outflow. I wear Versace shoes just like the Rolex kind of watches because it's iconic. So for Versace, and also this belt's Versace too, right here. So I do wear Versace clothing, but Zara also steals the designs from Versace. So their shit, their shoes, all that stuff, their clothing does actually look like Versace. If you want to get Versace, get the Versace shoes. I have noticed women have, they start to be more compliant because even across the street, when they see that Medusa, the logo, it's just like this is the Rolex, okay? This is the Rolex. Women recognize the design of a Rolex, but they also recognize the Medusa that's on the shoe. So if you guys think you can get like a shoe from DHgate or something, like a Medusa shoe, sort of like Versace looking shoe, women will start to notice. You may wear it and you feel like, well, you may feel like I don't deserve this. Then you start to upgrade the other parts of your wardrobe. And when you feel better, you'll start to actually project more of a happier vibe. And you be more social. More people want to talk to you, even on the bus or when you're going to the mall. People always say, hey, what's up, bro? Yeah, you get better and better. It becomes an upward spiral. Hope that makes sense. So yes, I do like Versace a lot. Okay, Versace is really great, but they're more for the shoes and the belt, that kind of shit. The clothing itself, because it has all these Egyptian designs and gold, that's not exactly what I would recommend. But the shoes, abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Let's see. No, I'm making YouTube videos because no, I haven't made a YouTube video in a long fucking time, you dumb motherfucker. I just finally set up a new background and stuff, so I want to test it out. You look like a potato with a wig. Yeah, go fuck yourself. You look like to women, you look like a roadkill. Let's see. Oh, aspie stutter. Let's see you talk. You'd be talking like a fucking robot to women. You can even talk to women. If I film you in the infield, guess what will happen? You creep them all out and they'll be running as if you're holding out your AR-15. I sound better than you. You're fucking out. You sound like nothing. You sound like Elliot Rogers. I mean, what kind of name is niggers aren't people? What the fuck? One? What kind of name is that? Is that like some kind of Mexican name for people who just fuck goats? No, that's what they love to do. Seriously, you can even see it on Vice and shit. They actually fuck goats whenever they're not around. What the fuck? Why would you fuck goats? I'm not making this shit up. I can even Google it. It'll show up. Let's see what else. No, it's not racist against Mexicans. You look at Mexicans, you look at South Americans, right? And you look at flaky Latinas. Latinas flake on every race, including their own. They have no empathy. They have no fucking... Okay, what's the murder capital of the world? Let's take a look at this, okay? Murder capitals of the world, cities. I bet over 80% is fucking South America. Let's just be real here. Yep. Mexico number 1. What the fuck? I'm not making this shit up. Okay, number 2, Venezuela. Number 3, Mexico. Number 4, Brazil. Number 5, Mexico. Number 6, Mexico. Number 7, Brazil. Number 8, Brazil. You get my point. El Salvador. Oh, that's a fucking rough place. Guatemala, Honduras. Oh shit, that's fucking rough. Colombia. Yeah. Hey, United States. New Orleans is like 41. So yeah, I mean, no wonder you don't have any fucking empathy, right? You're a student of Justin Wayne, and Justin Wayne got busted. I actually never met Justin Wayne. I'm not a student of his. I'm actually like, I fucking hate Justin Wayne. I call him all his shit. Okay, one time when you buy one of his products, you get to talk to him for a bit, right? I start calling him out like romantic connection. I say every time you do a same pageology, right? When you hold hands, you kiss her and say, "I like you. Do you like me?" Same pageology. Right? I call them all my shit. I say Asian guys get all rejected because they don't fit in a boyfriend, girlfriend, friend. Me and Justin Wayne are complete enemies. And he kicked me off his forum group because I got too many fucking testimonials one after another. Fuck Justin Wayne. I'm going to tell you exactly how Justin Wayne does it. Let's break it down. So Justin Wayne is basically a guy who, he's like a black dude. So his looks are kind of low, right? His looks is kind of like fucking 5 out of 10. Some muscles. He got his money. He doesn't have that much, but he's using money game. So it's 5 out of 5 because he's using seeking arrangements. And also the status, because he's the boss now. He's seeking arrangements with these women. His status from 8 out of 10. Most black guys' status are 8 out of 10. But now it's like 9 out of 10. And his game, right? His game sucks. His game is social skills. Justin Wayne's autistic. So overall, if he's autistic, his social skills sucks. His social calibrations is okay. His game sucks. He's only like a 5 out of 10 game. But overall, 5, like 10, 19, he's way above the 20 out of 35 line. So fuck Justin Wayne. I don't work for Justin Wayne, and before when I was working, I was in a rival company with Justin Wayne. So he's a sociopath. So Justin Wayne was the opposite rival company to what I worked with before. So, but I work for myself now. So I don't work for Justin Wayne. I don't know Justin Wayne. And fuck him for the Vice thing. What the fuck? Seeking arrangements? Come on now. That's some low-level shit. So all the hot women he's getting above a certain look scale, right? If it's above like a 7, like 8, 9s, and 10s, they're all fucking seeking arrangements, job scam, and shit like that. Fuck you, Justin Wayne. Like I said, the only reason I have the name Wayne is because back then I was teaching every system in the world. So I was teaching, Neil Strauss game, this, that. I had to see which game worked for every student. The first year I was teaching for free. And 2015, I was teaching Justin Wayne's game. And that's how I got noticed, because they kept seeing it like this compilation with me with a bunch of women and shit, hand holding them, kissing them, doing all that shit. And they're like, what the fuck? It's like, what? I thought that's how you supposed to Daygame. So that's how I knew it. But the students were getting all rejected. So according to Justin Wayne's game is you have to introduce romance. And this is why I think it's wrong. This is why my system is called the sexual connection, not the romantic connection or romantic sexual. It is the sexual connection. It's the opposite of Justin Wayne's. Because of the frame, remember? Same delay guy. Boyfriend, girlfriend. Boyfriend, girlfriend frame is the only one who can use the same physiology. So according to Justin Wayne, according to social circle theory, you're supposed to half hug the girl. You're supposed to read her palm. You're supposed to hand hold her. And then you're supposed to kiss her. Like accelerating a social circle. And then you're supposed to say, I like you. You like me? Same pageology. And all of a sudden, now it goes up the elevator or up the roller coaster, and then it goes down and becomes a lane. What the fuck? No, imagine an Asian guy, right? It doesn't even fit into like her frame. Let's say it's like you don't see Asian guys and white girls, so you start introducing romance. You start talking about hand holding. What kind of people hold hands? Couples? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, couples. Yeah, that's right. You kiss her. And then you start saying, I like you. Do you like me? She'll say, as a friend. So you move into the third zone. Okay? First one's fuckboy saying they lay. Second one's boyfriend, provider. And the third one's the friend zone, right? Social. So she'll automatically, almost all the time, will say, as a friend. Justin Wayne's game is flawed for negative stereotypes. That shit don't work. Where's his testimonials? And why did he kick me out of his fucking forum? He has no testimonials except for old coaches and shit that he used to teach. The only testimonials he got is from coaches. He has no student testimonials. And all these sociopathic Negroes like you guys who's sucking off Justin Wing's dick. He didn't get anyone laid. It's like the rest are just sociopathic dumb fucks who are worshipping him like a fucking cult. So fuck you guys. So let's see. Okay. No, I'm just saying that's what Justin Wayne's like. I don't agree with anything he's teaching. I don't teach his shit. And the only way you can use Justin Wayne's game is if you're a white guy with an Asian girl, or you're a white guy with a white girl, or a black guy with a white girl, because that's pre-selected. So it doesn't work for the romance or any other things. Romance gets you all rejected. Sorry. The reason in my boot camps, they never, ever, ever teach romance. Ever. It's only a little bit of romance just to get over that line. The least amount of romance is more. But you guys don't know what romance is because most of you have never even talked to a woman before. Right? So, let's see what else. Justin Wayne sounds more... Yeah, because you're a black guy. You just can't stop sucking off Justin Wayne. I bang hotter women than Justin Wayne without seeking arrangements. So fuck you. And they're way above my look scale and race scale. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Let's see, he's like already a tall black dude with big bulk and pre-selected. How is he better? Seeking arrangements. I'm sure he can get 6s and 7s. I'm sure he has some game, but I don't think he's that good. So fuck him. Are you crazy? No. Racist me, okay. One. So besides killing each other, right? Is it normal for you guys to have like heads rolling down the stairs and shit? Is that like you and every single day in your reality in fucking Mexico? It's just like, oh, another head rolling down the stairs. Oh yeah, that's like, it's no big deal. It's just like another head. Just another head rolling down the stairs. No, this is fucking true. I'm not saying racist or anything. I'm just saying that's the fucking truth. Let's look at the murder capital of the world again, shall we? Right? Okay. Number 1, Mexico. Just to make sure I'm not bullshitting you. Number 2, Venezuela. Number 3, Brazil. Number 4, Mexico. You see that? Am I making this shit up? There's the United States finally at 21. Congratulations. I'm speaking the fucking truth. Now I'm racist. Fuck you guys. Look at it. Still fucking South American countries. Come on now. No. I don't hate you. I have a lot of like Mexican students. I have a lot of like fucking Latino students. They just all act like sociopaths. It's just a little bit tougher to train. But I train them as they are. So I get tons of Spanish students. It's just how it is. They'll say John's right. John's fucking right. That's what happens when there are too many Roman Catholics. Yeah, fuck Roman Catholics. What's your opinions of curries? Okay, I don't call them curries. I call them Indians. Indians like to backstab each other. Have you noticed in India, Mexicans and Indians are the two races that can't stop killing each other. Except that Indians are always trying to backstab you in the fucking back. And this is the brutal fucking honest truth. Even in India, my students always tell me all the other Indians are trying to stab me in the back at work because they're sociopathic as fuck. And they're delusional. They have the same sort of sociopathic delusions you guys have. When they dress better, because you know in Bollywood, they dress like shit. I always say not Bollywood, Hollywood. Not Bollywood. They always have this filter in their brain that the Bollywood style looks great. And you see how they dress, like their hair is like left to right with coconut oil. I don't know why this piece is like sticking this way. Maybe I gotta cut it. Or fuck. They always have like a coconut oil hair left to right. They always have a big fucking beard. And they always wear this plaid shirt. This plaid sort of hipster shirt. A pink one. And that's what they call the work clothes. They believe that by dressing like this, but the Indians who are whitewashed, my students who are whitewashed, when I change their fashion, they do very well. They do very well because they have a Western bone structure. Most Indians, they look almost like the white person's bone structure. They're huge. They're taller than my Asian students. Because they're taller, they have more muscles. They tend to be bigger. and their faces and their square jaws when they shave off their beard and stuff. It's a huge advantage in the game. So the universal attractive rating, when they're whitewashed, they're no longer like 2 out of 10 for the status, right? They're no longer 2 out of 10. They become like 5 out of 10. So I whitewash Indian, especially when you look at PUAs who are in London. I whitewash Indian has like a 5 out of 10 status. It goes up dramatically. So that's what I think. But they're very narcissistic. Of all races, I would say that Indians are the most narcissistic in the world. If Spanish people are the most sociopathic, the most narcissistic are Indians. In Chinese, I'm Chinese too, but Chinese are very narcissistic too. But Indians are the most narcissistic in the world. So I'm just being honest with you guys. Okay? It's not to be racist. I'm just telling you guys the brutal, honest truth. Jewish people, I train Jewish people too. Jewish people are typically smarter than the average population. Okay? They're smarter than the Chinese. I'm Chinese, we're very smart, but the Jewish people, I used to take a martial art called Krav Maga. It's for the Israeli army. So I do know a lot about their mentality and background. Back then, in the old days, when Hitler sort of slaughtered the Jews, you got to imagine that there's a small percentage of them who are very intuitive. They left the country. They left the country, say, fuck this, I'm getting out of here. The Jewish people who are dumber all stayed and they got slaughtered. So basically what happens in the population is that the smartest percentage remains. They are smarter than the Chinese. That means even if we have very high IQ charts, the Jewish people owns most of the media. If you look at Walt Disney, you look at CNN, you look at all the people, government, half of them have Jewish last names. They are smart. They are intelligent. And they believe that instead of trying to be actors and stuff, they can be producers. And for them, they have a mentality of, kill or be killed. They're very innovative in war. When I train under them in Krav Maga in warfare, they're kind of fighting on shit. I know that they have to adapt to survive because they always get rockets slammed into their country. I would say they're very smart, innovative, but they're not cheap as you guys think they are. They're actually very wealthy and they value education. I think Jewish people are superior to Chinese people in many ways, but they always are more in the background. So I hope that helps. I like your Find That Reginald watch advice. Oh, thank you very much. This one is called Parnis. You can look it up. If you go to the site, it doesn't have the logo on it. It's a little bit more expensive because it's sapphire glass, so it doesn't scratch or anything. And they use different materials. But this is the new, more popular watch I think you guys should recognize. Not all of you can afford it, but this is what they call Jubilee Bracelet. So a Jubilee Bracelet is kind of like different. I think women really gravitate towards that. So let's see, K here. What's your body count, John? No comment. I didn't say I killed anyone. I'm just saying I didn't. But I'm trained to kill people. But I'm not gonna do it. I am training Krav Maga, so is. But I like the mentality though. The mentality is that the smallest and shortest soldier and the oldest guy has to be able to use the technique or they discard it. Exactly the same with my Daygame system. If it doesn't work for the shortest, skinniest Asian guys, like 5'4" and shit, I would discard the move. I do a lot of discarding. So my system may not be like the most complicated, but it always works. But for some of you guys, I think the social skill part, you have to mix it with the game. If you take away you see what I mean? Then it doesn't work. So MMA equals Krav Maga. I would say do both in power rest. You do a little bit of Krav Maga, and then you go back to MMA to round out the skills, and you go back to Krav Maga. You go back to so you can get the sparring and the Krav Maga together. So they become very, very effective. Or do a lot of sparring in your Krav Maga. Not all the Krav Maga organizations do a lot of sparring. A lot of them don't even fight. They just do sort of like sport. So I would say do both. Go back to this one. Go back to boxing. Go back to Krav Maga. Go back to Muay Thai kickboxing, MMA. Keep doing that Brazilian just to strengthen the core of your Krav Maga. So that's my recommendation. And it's worth it. A lot of you guys are very timid with women. If we're talking about the Paralympic system, remember the fight, flight, or freeze response? You got to get used to the fight response. And I think that's going to help a lot of you guys. I would recommend people we call incels who take some martial arts. You get the confidence back. Don't take karate. That shouldn't work. karate is bullshit. So, dude, it's over for the curry. No, it's not over. In fact, for the Indian guys, right, their stock has been going up lately. Have you noticed there's more Indian guys with Chinese women these days? Because when you look at Chinese women, right, they cannot get a white guy all the time because they have tan skin. Like, I'm Chinese, I have a little bit tan skin. So what happens is they go for the next thing up the ladder, which is Latinos, Indians. So they're doing very well with Chinese women in general, the Indian guys. They always have this yellow fever, and that's kind of strange. When I teach the students, they always have a yellow fever. They're also into white women. They're usually in Australia or they're in London and stuff. They can still get white women because when you whitewash an Indian guy, you make him dress like a white guy, the race doesn't even matter. Their stock has gone dramatically up. They're almost like, black people's stock was way up there, like 8 out of 10. Indians have been going up dramatically now. So I don't know what's changing, but the society is changing where Indian guys with their Asian women are even looking at me kind of trolling me in real life. Like, huh. It's like, dude, I don't even like Asian women. They're good for you. But that's how they're like now. So they're very narcissistic. So they're very, very narcissistic. But once they mix with society, a lot of the Indian guys can get married with white women these days. They can get married with white women because they have been able to change their stereotype. They have been more whitewashed. Since white people are the top race in the world, they're whitewashed, right? You always want to copy whatever is the top SMV. So when I'm dressing like a white guy, I'm trying to steal their body armor. When we're talking about warfare, I'm trying to steal their body armor and use it against them in their women. I hope that makes sense. So race mixing is cancer, dude. How dare you promote this? It's not the race mixing. I think in the future, it's going to happen more and more. You see what creepy white guys and Asian girls, they're mixing together, right? Have you guys noticed that? It's because hypergamy exists. I'll say this again. Hypergamy is real. Race does matter. If you are a tall-looking white guy, black guy, or Latino guy, women are going to want to fuck you just because of the race. And I'm just telling you, for Latino guys, Indian guys, if you can look more whitewashed, you'll be in the middle. So this is what they call neutral stereotypes. Middle Eastern guys in Europe do pretty well with women. They have this alpha fucking mentality. They don't give a fuck. Sure, they fucking rape women. Like, that's fucked up. Or they don't respect women and they molest them, especially in Germany. But they have this alpha mentality that women gravitate towards. And they're usually taller and they're more alpha. Their personality is very important when you think about it. For that helps the game, the personality, the aggressiveness. Women like to submit. I know it sounds very fucked up, but you can't submit a woman without very good social skills and the ability to tease them, the ability to be dominant, the ability to flirt. They have to submit. And when they submit, it's not in a bad way, but in some ways, it's kind of like they're more feminine. When the more masculine you are, the more feminine the woman becomes. I hope that makes sense. So a lot of you guys are very timid when you guys are doing cold approaches or when you try to. When you're not shooting up at school. I'm not joking. But when you're trying to do cold approaches, you guys are very timid. So what's happening is you're acting very feminine. So she's acting very masculine and angry. So if Elliot Rogers, for example, is acting very feminine, she acts very masculine. Make sense? So you want to do the opposite. You still want to be masculine, but you also want to be a very social. And you also want to have some comfort into your vibe. You have to feel comfortable. Because if women are just like this watch, right? And you get this icky feeling, like, right? Subconsciously, when you're not comfortable around women, you will start to feel like it's projected into your vibe. Whatever you feel that's icky and you feel like, I don't deserve it, she can sense it in your vibe. Like I said, women are like octopus. They can sense every fucking thing in your vibe. So, okay. All right, later, Negroes aren't people. Just use the word bitch, fuck, cunt in every sentence. Yeah, I used to do that a lot because like Dan Pena uses that too. So I don't know why I talk like him. I just do. But like him, I have the most student results in the world. He has the most student results in the world for making money. So it depends. We just have this. We're both like a little bit tougher. Like we're both like a soldier mentality. But I'm trying to be nicer these days. You know what I mean? I want to be nicer to the people. Not everyone's ready for that. It scares people. So same. I have no problem saying that stuff. And yeah, let's see. Well, if that's all I have to say today, at least I tested the background. And you can see I'm very brutally honest. So if you talk about race, I will not shy away from telling the truth to people. Okay? And everyone has a different standing. This is what they call the SMV. And that's the whole point of this video. Raise your SMV. If you guys like it, give it a like. Raise your SMV. You have to start. I'm just telling you to all of the incels out there. You start with Zara. You may think it's gay, but they steal all the best designs from Versace or Armani. Once you do that, get fitted clothing, fix your hair. My hair is kind of fucked today. It's okay. And then work. Like I said, I'm giving you guys solutions. Talk to 10 people a day. Just go up outside a bar and say, hey, bro, what's up? Talk to another girl. Hey, can I have a cigarette? Just talk to her. Okay? This is all free advice. Valuable. And get a Rolex watch, and you might feel like you don't deserve it. You might feel, oh, fuck, icky. You got to maybe write down somewhere on the board somewhere, what are all your icky feelings towards women? So if you say like, women don't like me, but you have this icky feeling or this angry feeling, you got to audit your feelings. You got to write them all down and say, do I want to have this feeling? If you say no, then overall, these thoughts will start to disappear. When you raise your self-esteem, you go in an upward spiral. And also go to cool events and stuff in your life. A lot of times, like I went to a horse racing event. And I also go to other events. Like when I met Dan Pena, I've flown all the way to California just to meet him. I do these kind of cool events once in a while because you want to have in your Instagram. And a lot of you guys, because you guys don't have much social skills, you need to show that you're social with women. So if you want to bang a woman who's like a tall blonde or whatever, she has to be in your Instagram, the friend version. Make some female friends. Females will call you out on your shit. If you're creepy as fuck, they'll be like, no, you're acting weird. That will help your social skills. And when you're pulling these women back home, these friend zone women, when you pull like other women you pick up, right? In your social circle, whatever, because you guys don't fucking co-approach, you feel more comfortable. Does that make sense? That comfort needs to be there. You have to be very comfortable around women. And when you see me like in the infield, I don't give a fuck. I'm very comfortable. I don't even see her as being white because you guys put her on a pedestal. Oh, she's a white princess, whatever. Try to be equal first. You know what I mean? Try to be equal. That's why I can give you guys some good advice. Try to be equal, and then think you're above. Once you're equal first, because Elliot Rogers puts her like on a pedestal. But when you say you're equal, not above them. He's trying to go above them, but he treats them like they're above him. But he thinks he's above them. Start with equal first, and then work your way around. Talk to more people. Dress better. It's a simple advice. Get a haircut, and also work on some high-income skills. Because you guys are not very good at adapting, according to this chart. Easy cases, normal cases. You want to be fast at everything you do. So if you have certain skills in your life that you need for your job, you got to think, how can you stop talking so much in your brain and resisting? How can you improve it? How can you implement? The word is implement. The speed of implementation. When you follow all this advice, your life will improve slowly. Go work out in the gym. Do everything you can to get above 20 out of 35. Give yourself an honest score. And don't give yourself a 0 for looks. Some of you might be even a 2 or 3. But you can raise the looks up to like a 5 or 6 easily with a good fashion and good haircut. And look at this. If I put my hair down like an Asian person, right? I can look just like all the other Asian guys. See that? Hey guys, my name is Asian. I am a, right? But now it's like, hey, I'm a Western motherfucker. See that? Your hairstyle can determine a lot of your stereotype. So you guys got to think, instead of having this messy sort of hairstyle, what do you want to portray? You want to be whitewashed. With all these pieces of advice, I hope that you guys can make some good use of it. I didn't expect so many insults, but I hope somewhere along the line that you guys don't see me as your enemy, that I'm telling you some real shit here. Right? So all that shit matters. Right? What if I have a receding hairline, right? That does happen, right? So you guys, according to your theory, it's called Norwood. Norwood happens like when the hairline goes up and up and up. I'll fade the sides a little bit so the Norwood's less. But if it's really, really receding badly, and let's say it's really bad, let's say it's all the way up here, I will probably just cut it in the fade or bald, or kind of get a microblading or something. So you can create like a very short haircut, fade the sides, cut the top, microblade thing. So it looks like you still have hair, but you decided to cut it short. So that's one advice. So obviously not everyone can really afford a hair transplant. If you can't afford one, then that's okay. I'm just saying, shape. A lot of people with the short hair on the top, they always have hair on the side, too much hair. So with more hair on the side, the top looks shorter. Does that make sense? It's just something because their lack of social awareness. They just love, because they feel like their ego, they want to have some hair on the sides, while the top is just really, really withering out. So that's something you can keep in mind. And there's hairstyles for people who are balding, for example. If hairstyles for people who are balding. Yes, when you're balding, it is okay to kind of go for, a little bit more like this. It's okay. I mean, like I said, short on the sides and a little bit on top. There's no shame in that. There's no shame in that. But that's the kind of hairstyles they recommend. It's pretty bright. Maybe I should put more drapes and shit here. But hope that helps. I need hairstyles. I need hair on the sides as my face shape is narrow and subhuman. Maybe do more chewing gum and stuff. If you want more of a square jaw, just buy a whole pack of gum from Costco or something and square up your jawline. I think that's a very helpful advice. The jaw over here has a muscle called the masseter muscle. Okay, so you don't decide if it fits your face or not. Women decides. I will get rid of the sides. The sides are longer than the top. It's better to be like most models, right? A lot of you guys assume that male models are all square jaw. They're all like a square jawline. But if you look carefully, right, at male model pictures, they're not actually square jaw. They're more rectangular shaped. So, model faces. It's almost like you can see this sort of like shape here. So don't be afraid to go rectangular. It's almost all male models universally. This is a male model? Is this square jaw? No, but they have low body fat, so their face kind of triangular. It slumps inwards. Okay. Almost all male models have a rectangular face like this. You see the jawline, it slopes inwards. So you guys are thinking male models, this and that, but you're not seeing the big picture here. It's universally, all male models have a thinner jawline. This is something that they have good cheekbones, absolutely. But the good cheekbones is created from a low body fat. Does that make sense? Intermittent fasting can help you guys a lot. I don't mind just sharing a lot of this information. But I can look at any male model, but always the same cheekbones because it's created so you could chew a lot for your masseter muscle. Masseter is on the side here. The masseter is that chewing gum. It can make it bigger. A lot of Asian men have that deformity. Their jaws are too big. They chew a lot. The Chinese people, Chinese women especially, have a huge masseter. So it makes their face very square. But this is something you can look into. And lower body fat is usually more attractive than being a little bit chubby. Women, I have noticed, when I get laid more, it's usually because I have lower body fat. When I'm a little bit chubby, it's like she's just like, she'd be pulled in the bedroom, but she doesn't fuck. But they fuck when you have this low body fat. I don't know why, because it shows more of this line over here. You notice most of the guys who are like really good with women, they always have a very strong defined jawline. They have this sort of like jaw, almost universally for all my students who are easy cases, they always have this, this thing. You want this thing to be visible. So you guys should do some intermittent fasting or a ketogenic diet. Women thinks this is very masculine. It's the same with the wide shoulders. So Instagram something. They just have good cheekbones. There's sometimes like okay, can I PM me somewhere? It's not good genes or good whatever. Like you saw this guy mewing, right? The guy used to press on top of his cheekbone and it forces that maxilla. I have a 4 maxilla. You can see that it sticks up a lot, and then the jaw grows up with it. There are things you can do. It's not just plastic surgery. A lot of these guys, throughout their whole lives, they're neo-limbic system. They breathe through their nose. They snap tall. They don't breathe through their mouth. They're always pushing like their tongue against it, whatever. Their body language it's almost like a systemic thing. You gotta think that upward and downward spiral could be related to the genes of the parents, the way they yell at you. Obviously, normal parents who are not completely insane or sociopathic will not yell at you nonstop, or narcissistic and controlling. It is a genetic trait. It's unfortunate, but it does make you hunch. It makes it very hard for you to breathe out your nose. And overall, you've noticed a lot of you are hunching and stuff. It's always like a little bit forward and a little bit quiet too around women. You're very timid like this. You see, when I hunch like this, I'm more timid. But when you stand back, you sound a lot louder than before and a lot more confident. So you just intermitting fast, dude. It's hard, but I tell my students to only eat from 3 to 6 o'clock. 3 to 6. In the rest of the day, I will not eat anything. Maybe have a few salads, have a few, energy drinks, not too much sugar, smoothies, but 3 to 6, you can eat whatever you want. Preferably is better healthy. And then you'll notice during this time period that body fat disappears. When you look at my boot camp clips, I'm a little bit chubby and then it goes like to nothing. And it changes all the time. My age, my physical appearance, my age changes based on how much body fat I have here. So that's something to keep in mind. Body fat is not cute to women. They don't like body fat. Unless you're very, very like wide shoulders and tall and bulky like a football player, they don't give a fuck about that shit. You want to show off this thing as much as possible to women. That's why you always have to stand up like this, the chin up. They see this. They see this. And when you see that, they start to get more feminine. And yes, there are certain features of the face that makes women more attracted to them. And for me, I have a higher golden ratio. When you put my golden ratio into the machine, I have a golden ratio of 82% of 100. So sometimes the golden ratio for all dating coaches is the kind of women they get. So when you see someone with a lower golden ratio, they use seeking arrangements and shit to boost their skills. And body language and dressing well, all this shit is very important. Imagine most of the time, most people have a decent lifestyle. Have you noticed you have some friends? They have a nice house. They have a nice, girlfriend. They have friends. They have a lifestyle. What if all that is supposed to be what you guys are having? What if you had some emotional blockages, some wrong mindsets? Of course, the looks can always be optimized. You can always work out. It's hard. Widen the shoulders. Fix the hair. There's a lot of things you can do. Talk to 10 people a day. This all raises your SMV. Not just the looks, but your sexual market value is more than just looks. It's looks, money, status in the game. You can raise all these areas. And even with surgery, remember what I told you, 10 out of 10? Even if you look like a male model and you're tall, is not enough if you don't work on the social skills. So why not work on both? Improve the looks, or you go in a downward spiral if you guys don't work on this. That's my main point of this video. If you guys like it, give it a thumbs up. I think this is as much as I want to say to you guys. It was nice talking to you guys. I hope you realize I'm more human than I look like on YouTube. If this helps you guys at all in any way, please take the advice and use it. Small changes. Just think upward or downward spiral. Small changes could lead to big changes. If you do everything I tell you to do, implement fast, intermittent fasting, Zara, hairstyle, talk to 10 people a day, start making new friends, even female friends, stuff like that. Before you do the game and all that stuff, you will notice your life will slowly go in an upward spiral, learning new high income skills. Make sure you actually stop resisting. Just fucking do it. When you do all these things, your life will go up. That's all I want to say. We will all become school shooters. Oh, fuck my life. Don't shoot up a fucking school. Like, what the fuck? Can you not shoot up a school? Why do you want to shoot up a fucking school? My God. Because you're going in a downward spiral. When you go in upward spiral, the last thing you want to do is shoot up anything. Don't be fucked up. Like, come on now. And one last advice. Instead of blaming women or blaming something else on the outside, like bone structure, what can you do to improve your life? How can you blame yourself in the mirror? That's the best advice. How can you say to yourself, look, your hair is like, blah, blah, blah. Your fashion is whatever. You can work out. You can widen your shoulders. You can be a lot happier. You can be more social. You need to call yourself out in front of the mirror. I think that's the best advice. You need that conversation with yourself. So that way you have a starting line. The reason why you're not starting is because every time you blame somebody else, instead of starting over here and the starting line to the end, you are moving the starting line back. So you don't know where to start because you are not being brutally honest. You're not taking responsibility. Your starting line, if you say shooting school, could be way back here. You should start here. When you finally are brutally honest with yourself, then your life would change. Maybe you enjoy playing the victim role. Maybe for you, it gives you a sense of significance. And among your incel buddies, you feel like a sense of connection that you don't have with women. And you can blame the looks. You have a certainty in your mind. You feel you're certain that your belief is right. It's very sociopathic mentality. And your uncertainty is just women rejecting you. You're not doing anything to grow your life, and you're not doing anything to contribute to society. You're not helping yourself or helping anyone. So that's all I want to say. I hope you guys learned a lot. And raise your SMV. Good luck, guys. Good luck, guys. And have that conversation with yourself. It's not me. Even after I hang up this video, you guys will still have to look in the mirror. And when some of you will listen to my advice, I have a lot of experience teaching like impossible cases. When some of you listen to my advice and say, fuck it, John's right. He's not talking about PUA shit. He's talking about everything else. He's talking about building every other area of your life. Johnny Lee is not talking about game. He's talking about social skills. He's talking about this, improving this, improving this, improving this. Maybe some of you get it. If you guys get it, give a thumbs up. That's what I'm saying. Some of you are going to really understand what I'm saying. And just say, fuck, maybe he's right. You're like, fuck, maybe John's not like, he doesn't hate us. He's trying to help us. And yes, John's trying to help you. Like I said, your ego, raise your self-esteem, your ego actually goes down. You'll see it. So let's see. I love how you keep barking about social skills, self-esteem, yet your looks matter. They all matter. How about this? The best thing to understand is that everything matters. I'll be the first PUA to say this. Everything fucking matters. Looks matters. Money matters. Your social status, your natural status, your race matters. Your social, cool lifestyle matters. Your game, social skills, social calibrations, emotional intelligence, and the persuasion in the game. That's a very small part of it. This is why other dating coaches don't have much results or stealing results, because they're only focusing on just the game part, persuasion. That's only like 25%. Everything matters. You want to be over 20 out of 35. That means raise everything across the board. Fuck just raising the game. That ain't gonna get you to your results. And fuck raising just the looks. Raise everything. Hope that makes sense. Yes, absolutely. So I know that sounds kind of fucked up. Looks, money, stat. No, looks, money, status, and game. And the game has 4 categories. Social calibrations in your body language, your tonality, the way you speak, your expression. Not James Bond, but expression. Social skills. Talk to 10 people a day that you can conduct the social skills around other people. Your game is the persuasion. It's like a sales skill. Even if you have a salesperson, right, or using game, it's not enough if you're a shitty product. So improve the look. Make sense? Improve everything. Improve every category. Improve everything. What if you say like tattoos, haircuts, whatever? A good basis to begin with. When you're ugly, facial, and fatty, no amount of fat. Well, the thing is, I have 5'2" students, not 5'3", 5'2". I recently bought elevator shoes, and they're all forced to buy elevator shoes or heel lifts. You have to raise the SMV because height does matter a lot. The national average height in America, and I can even Google this, is 5'9.5". Canada, national average height for Americans, men, Yeah. Oh shit, it's 5'10". It gone up a little bit. Holy fuck. Yeah. It's 5'9" for Canadians. So you need some kind of heel lift. And also, if you're lacking, like I said, remember how I talk about widening your shoulders? If you're short, you need to wear heel lifts. So you need to widen your shoulder as much as humanly possible. Most men then is 6'2". How am I not? It's unfair. I'm 5'7", so I have to, because I'm only 5'7", right? This is why I have to bring things in different categories. Why do you think I have to dress nicer? Because I don't have the big muscles or the height. And now that I'm 5'9.5" with a new heel lifts, I'm going to field test them. Elevator shoes. The point is, a lot of these things is called compensation theory, guys. Compensation theory. Whatever you lack in race, or you lack in looks, or you lack in the social skills, you got to bring the value into other categories. I hope that makes sense. Everything matters. Can you get over that line? And the best way to really understand this concept is, I'll show you. I think it's a very important way of seeing the world. So, line of fuckability. So imagine this is your value, right? Overall for your LMS plus game. A lot of guys with a lower value, they're not going to reach the line of fuckability. But when you got tall white dating coaches with a higher value, and let's say this is your sales skills, right? Maybe it doesn't really hit that hard. But when you're a tall white guy, good looking, and you have good social skills, right? You'd be over this line easily. So when you're talking about sales skills or game, right? Game is like sales skills. Then this is what they call a better product. I'll say this again. This is what they call a better product. So even right now, you guys are like a lesser product. So when you're working on the game, that's why it doesn't work. You guys are hitting up here. You're not hitting anywhere near the line. So when you raise your SMV, right? Like the whole point of this video, then even if your game is meager, you might get closer. It might take you a little bit longer to get laid, but you get closer. Does that make sense? Improve the product before the sales or game skills. By improving your social skills, by improving your fashion, by improving your money skills. And a lot of you guys are really struggling to even maintain your job. Improve all areas until you can make 20 out of 35 for looks, money, status, and game. That's my whole point. Improve everything. And women, because they like to look up and down at you like this, they're judging your value. It's almost like they're a Terminator. They can almost calculate everything about you just by looking up and down like this in the very first few seconds. This is why you guys are auto-rejected. They can tell by the way you stand, by how much confidence you have, by how much social skills you have. They can calculate everything subconsciously so fast. And then what happens is that you wonder, like Elliot Rogers, why does she hates me? No, because he has his needy body language of low value. He has a lack of shoulder width. He dresses okay, but a little bit 1980s, Miami Vice kind of fashion, whatever the fuck. And he looked kind of like Asian, white, or who knows what race he is. Women think he's like Italian or mixed breed. They don't know what the fuck he is. So they don't know where he stands. Women do sense your value, but they can sense in the very beginning if you are over that line. I know it's unfair, but that's exactly what happened. Let's see. Looks are a very big factor. So for looks, you got to think that even fashion or aesthetics can really raise other areas of your life. So if you don't have the looks by itself, then you can always change the hair and you can always change the look. Because there are some people who are not very good looking, right? But they can still look very good. Does that make sense? So if looks are very important, you got to think, how can I aesthetically improve the looks? Even for me, if I change my hair, my looks have gone from like 7 or 6 or something like that, or 5. Now it's gone down to 3. See that? Or maybe 4, 4.5. Now it's up to like aesthetically 6.5. Something as simple as that. And if I wore like a hoodie or something, right? I can aesthetically change my looks and shit. Well, think about this. It's like a stereotype. This is more like a Honger, like a fresh off the boat stereotype, or Korean or something. This is more of a westernized, whitewash Asian guys. That's one thing you can keep in mind. Hope that makes sense. So you always typecast. That's the thing about pre-selection and protector status. Protector status is how much height you have, how much muscles. But the pre-selection is you can be in the pre-selected looks. White women like Asian guys who are like pretty boys, who are well-dressed. It's genetically, they might think they pass off better genes. Or they like very tall, strong Asian guys. That's how it is. Find a typecast. Try to find a positive stereotype to be part of. If you're Indian, try to look more whitewashed. There's always a way to be a positive stereotype. Hope that makes sense. You're either white or you're not, but you could be whitewashed. You could be whitewashed. Hope that makes sense. It's not about blue pill. It's like all the pills are real, like I said earlier. It's like a continent. Each pill is a different part of the world, but they all one giant pill, like a world. Let's see. Looks is not enough, guys. Like I say, you say looks trump everything. If you have looks, right? Let's say you got 10 out of 10, right? Let's calculate for a second. Incel. A good-looking incel. Let's say he has plastic surgery. He's 10 out of 10 in looks. Okay, but he has $0, 0 of 5 for money. Okay, and for status, his race maybe okay. Let's say he's 9 out of 10. Let's just be realistic here. No one's 10 out of 10. 9 out of 10 looks. He's tall, good looking. He has no money. His status is 10 out of 10. He has no social skills, nothing. He's like an incel. He's still like getting close to the line, but he's not over it. Make sense? But if he's like 8 out of 10, right? Now he's not getting like less and less. So let's say he's not white. Let's say he's like Latino, right? So 7 out of 10. So 8 plus 7, 15. 15 out of 20, not enough. So the race does matter too, not just the looks, the race. Everything matters. It's a perfect system of where to calibrate. So work on calibrating what you do not have. If you're a black guy, you're 8 out of 10. Even if you're an Indian guy and you look black and you got muscles and height, you'll still be like 7 out of 10. It's still higher. Make sense? Still makes sense? Still be in the fuckboy category. That's why a lot of black people get white women. It's not because of their looks. You got to understand, most black guys are not good looking in the face. It's not to be racist. They're ugly as fuck. But they're tall and they're strong. And women like that because of the protector status. Like I said, the height, the muscles. Just be honest with you guys. Height and muscles. Because just want to be in denial, that's fine. If I'm so wrong as all looks, then why do black people, right? Ugly black guys get like sometimes hot white women, sometimes average white women, sometimes chubby. Let's be real here. Come on now. Height does matter. I'm sorry, but height matters and muscles matter. Like I'm telling you guys, your theory is flawed. Your looks theory. And you guys don't realize it's the golden ratio that matters. The golden ratio. I have a high golden ratio. It's not like I'm getting women, even if they're like way above my look scale, they're actually on my same golden ratio scale. So let's look at the golden ratio here. See, where the fuck is this? So here's a concept I'm going to show you guys. It's very interesting. If you look at every dating coach and you look at the women they get, it's exactly the same by 1.5 of the golden ratio. So everything matters. Looks doesn't disagree that height matters. You guys can think whatever you want. The reason why you think this way is because you guys are sociopathic and opinions is facts. So I'm 82% here. And over here, I'm 7.93 out of 10 on the bottom. This is more of a K-pop face in my picture. According to the golden ratio, you basically get the kind of women that fuck is bright as shit. Okay, you basically get the kind of women based on your golden ratio. This is the real looks theory. This is what smashes your theory. The real, so fucking bright. What the fuck? Okay. The real looks theory is the golden ratio theory. And this is what plastic surgeons use for where the things fit in your face. So it depends where the dot is. If you get fatter, it changes, your hairline changes. These things can affect your golden ratio, right? And no, I'm not kidding you. Look at the guy who claims he has super high leg counts. He has to use seeking arrangements because his fucking low golden ratio. Look at Justin Wayne's golden ratio, 6 out of 10. He's getting 6 out of 10 and 7 out of 10. But beyond that, he's using the fucking seeking arrangements. Social prime. Good-looking white guy. Guess what? His golden ratio is like 6.5. He can only bang like women around that area. You think I'm joking? Everyone's getting golden... Ugly PUAs, the guys that you think are ugly as fuck, their golden ratios are higher. They're getting the women exactly the same as their fucking golden ratio. You guys are all hung up on looks and looks. But women subconsciously respond to the golden ratio. It's almost subconscious. They don't know why they're attracted to that guy. Like, I know you guys may not like this theory because it puts the incel theory in the whole looks theory. Like, it shatters it. You think 1,000 years ago they had Hollywood to determine what is good looking? No. There's no Hollywood, maybe like 2,000 years ago. No. But this ratio, this arrangements of how your face is have always been there. Back then, maybe guys are like fucking 9 foot tall. Maybe that's more attractive. But you gotta look at the evolutionary psychology. A guy with a good golden ratio has good genes to pass on. And also, women are looking for guys who are, good for making better babies. So obviously a protector status, a wider shoulders, a bigger muscles, more height, she can protect a woman during evolutionary psychology, during the caveman days. I know you guys don't want to hear this, but women, that's why women like black guys. They have the same protector status as the cavemans. And why do women like guys with a lot of money? But money by itself does not mean shit. Like I said, Asian men have a lot of money. And if it's only out of 5, and if it's just out of 5, guess what? Even if you max out the money, it's not enough to get 20 out of 35. But money means resources, husband material. That's why I talk about the 4th frame husband material. That's why you want to display that you kind of have some money. And most of you incels, you couldn't even hold down a fucking job. Can you hold down a fucking job? You couldn't hold down a fucking job if your life depended on it. You guys need to call yourself out because you guys are delusional. All looks theory, agree, golden ratio isn't the only. Golden ratio is not the only thing. Race does matter. Yeah. Just because you have a golden ratio for looks, your race still plays a big part. Your height still plays a big part. Your muscles play a big part. But you gotta look, the hottest woman you've ever banged in your life will usually be around your golden ratio. So for me, it's easier to get women way taller and way like better looking than me, but maybe they're not better looking than you. Maybe they're like the same. But you just don't realize that because in your mind, you got this Quentin Tarantino hating on Asians. You got all this Hollywood hating on Asians. Some Asians could actually have a high golden ratio. Some Asians can be considered good looking. And why do white women like K-pop for a while? They're just like, oh, K-pop, right? The skinny fucking Asian guys with pretty boy look. Why would any women like K-pop? They look gay as fuck, but they do like it. So you guys can't really just say it's all like, they like pretty boy Asian guys. They like that shit. And they like very tall, strong Asian guys. And we don't have many of those tall, strong ones in the Hollywood. And I don't have to convince you of a shit. You guys know it's true. Your looks theory is flawed. Your looks theory is that you can take a guy with a very low golden ratio, but he has a good square jawline, and you say all women love him. No, he can bang more uglier women along his look scale faster. That's all. He can get more 6 out of 10s and 6.5s and 7s way faster on Tinder. That's all. Because of his height and his muscles, his race, his value. But he's not gonna get like the fucking hot ones. You ever seen really good looking guys with ugly girlfriends? I don't have to convince you of shit. You guys don't know it. Just look at your golden ratio. If it's high or low, you have no one to blame. Work on the other areas, because that's only purely looks. Looks is the golden ratio. Race matters too. Aesthetics matter. Widen your shoulders. Dress better. So your looks theory is so flawed. It's like the maxilla this and then the fucking jawline this and then all these features is like, what the fuck? What if you guys got it wrong? What if you guys are sociopathic, as I said earlier? Opinions is facts. I've got 400 fucking testimonials. So obviously I know something about like what I'm fucking talking about body fat percentage, height, and the students all have to wear heel lifts and fucking dress better. 97% of my bootcamp students have pulled a girl home to the hostel or got laid with my looks theory. 97%. A lot of my students fly from all over the United States. They all have to get a haircut. They all have to use my fashion. They all have to do this. But why is it so consistently correct that everything I say leads to the same results? Because you guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You guys are not scientific. You guys don't have a real way to test things. You guys are using what they call confirmation bias. You're like, look, I see him. A tall, good-looking guy with a for all you know, the tall, good-looking white guy could be getting a woman who's his exact same look scale or lower. So you see a tall, good-looking 8 out of 10 white guy with a square jaw. He's getting like a 7.5. It's relative value. His is higher. Or they're the same value. But you never see a guy, rarely, where the women's like way higher and he's way lower. Unless the guy has good lifestyle, the guy has good social skills, the guy has good emotional intelligence in other areas, makes a lot of money. So they can balance it. But most of the time you see they're around the same look scale. They're equal. So it's always been like that. It's always been like that. So sometimes the naturals, they can break the rules. And I've been trained by a lot of naturals too. A lot of the naturals who train me are some of the best PUAs in all of Vancouver. Like a fucking secret society of PUAs. And they taught me a lot about this lifestyle game, the social skills, and they're very social. And they always have this fun vibe. They always talk to women like, hey, how's it going? Like, they're always very positive and happy and flirty. You guys don't realize these naturals, these guys who are naturally good with women, they're able to pick certain pieces of the game, like the emotional intelligence, the social skills, and the lifestyle. They always have a cool lifestyle. They always make money. So they're almost like a high value person in my experience. Almost all the naturals at some point, if they get older, they used to be a good looking guy when they're younger. They still have the same confidence mindset. The confidence is an absolute lack of doubt. And that's the problem. For a lot of you incels, you doubt yourself because of all these bullshit theories. They're not scientific. You say they're scientific according to you guys, but you guys have no fucking results in your life for anything. With women, with money, with anything, you are the opposite of these high value naturals. I wouldn't listen to a single thing Elliot Rogers said. So he talks about brutes. Elliot Rogers talks about big brutes. Yeah, women do like big brutes. Dumbasses. You need to call yourself out on your shit. Your theories are bullshit. Let's see. I don't care if you guys don't listen. I'm just going to say the message. Because a lot of you are too sociopathic to listen. But guess what? There's going to be a lot of people that actually listen. A lot of sane people. A lot of people who are not opinions as facts, and people with high self-esteem will listen. And they'll get better in their life. But for you, you're just going to shoot women with an AR-15 rifle. And you're just going to blame looks for everything in bone structure. And you're going to try to go to, fucking get a surgery. And after you get your surgery to get the high cheekbones and you're intermittent fast, women will not respond to you. Because your vibe or your energy is still off. And then you're going to blame everyone else again. You're going to commit suicide after you try to shoot down like a bunch of people. So fuck your theories. I will axe attack a bitch. Fuck off. Right in the pussy. Look at your guys' mindsets. You think that's a good vibe? You guys think you have a good vibe around women? You think women like this shit? What the fuck is wrong with you guys? You guys are fucked. Are you guys not sociopaths? Come on now. You're just proving my point. Just opinions is facts. I don't have time for this shit. Incels are just losers in life. They are downward spiral people. Their mindsets, blame your parents. Blame them for giving you your sociopathic autistic genes. Blame yourself for your SMV by not raising it, so you go in a downward spiral for your neo-limbic system. Blame yourselves for the way you dress like shit and you don't want to make money because you're too stubborn, because you're lazy. Blame yourselves for everything. For once, blame yourselves. So, it wouldn't make me hate them. So you're blaming women. Blame yourselves. Yeah, you can show a ton of scientific points and stuff like that, but guess what? Your scientific points provide scientific proof that, wider shoulders matter. Scent is also a very indicator of good health and also making money. Scientifically, it'll prove every one of my points too. So what the fuck are you talking about? Height matters, muscles matter, social skills matter, social resources matter, social skills matter, emotional intelligence, emoting matters. All science will back me up too. Come on now. If it's all looks, right, then only the good-looking guys will all get women, and nobody else will get any women. Come on now. You fucking serious? I see like a lot of normal people with equal looks level or whatever. And I see a lot of white guys with Asian girls. Creepy white guys are inbred with a fucking receding hairline with Asian girls. Come on now. Race doesn't matter. Come on now. Come on now. Yeah, race doesn't matter. I mean, these guys are fucking idiots. Holy shit. I had enough of your stupid shit. If you guys want to keep telling yourself, remember, thoughts, feelings, and actions, if you're going to keep having these thoughts of shooting women in the fucking face with your AR-15, I can't help you. You guys are fucked up. You guys are fucked up. You guys are mentally, your thoughts are all fucked, your feelings are all fucked. Your actions are all fucked. So I would say, fuck you. You deserve what you get. You guys deserve what you get, you incels. You deserve it. This is what happens. You want to change things around? A lot of you don't want to change things around because you want to blame somebody else, not take a responsibility. Extreme ownership. Your fault. Blame yourself for once. That's my message. Blame yourself and change yourself. Get back to the starting line. Stop being a fucking faggot. Stop being a cunt. It's always everyone else's fault, right? It's always like, it's fucking everyone else's fault. The POA's fault, the women's fault, society's fault. It's never your fault. Come on now. What is in the middle of all these problems for all you incels? Besides your Asperger's and your sociopathic behavior. It's always your fault. Your fault. Your fucking fault. You have no one else to blame. You cunts have no one else to fucking blame. You have no fucking person to blame. That's why I'm repeating myself, because you guys are so stupid. You guys won't fucking get it. So fuck yourselves. Remember, incels, this is maybe instead of repeating myself, I'll just hold my finger up here. You have no one else to blame but yourselves. Because you guys are cunts. You guys are not responsible. I'm repeating myself. But I can repeat myself with this finger up here. Because you guys have only yourselves to blame. It is your fault. Don't blame anyone else. It is your fault. It is your fucking fault. Guys, like it, give a thumbs up. It's your fault. So blame yourselves. It's your fault. So it's your fault. You're a fucking fault. You're a fucking fault. So fuck you. It's your fucking fault. Incels. That's what I think about incels. It's your fault. It's your fucking fault. That's what I say. It's your fucking fault. So yeah, I'm mentally deranged, but you guys want to shoot up at school and axe women. Yeah, it's your fucking fault. It's your fucking fault. It's your fault. Yeah, is genetics your fault? Yeah, it's called your fucking mental genetics is your fault. Your narcissistic, sociopathic, Asperger's is your fault. Blame yourself. You're more autistic. Yeah, you're just accusing others through your fucking filter. You're more autistic. A lot of you guys get what you deserve. It's your fault. No, fuck you. I'm going to hang up now on this thing. And remember, at the end of the day, look in the mirror. It's your fucking fault. Peace.